That was near zero.
Yeah, we
What's
are
up?
from Pittsburgh. We have a show.
Got a show, you know.
Down at the Hard Rock on June 2nd, down on a Wednesday, you know.
You got the M&Ms, you know, you gotta have 1,000 chocolate M&Ms like Ozzy does, you know. All right, we got Brian Myers up here. We'd like to say, Brian, what's up? He's been at every backstage concert in the United States, man. He's the one that introduced me to Ronnie James Dio. What's up, Brian?
It's about rocking and rolling and whatnot. I'd like to thank all the city for coming and supporting my friends, the Bosey brothers, who are the tightest knit, the tightest crochet, or the tightest needle point in all of Pittsburgh.
And we're gonna live with it.
They're gonna do some real positive things down at the waterfront in the near future. Pittsburgh, thank you for supporting the Bosey brothers, and please follow them because they're gonna do some things like you never saw, rocking and rolling and whatnot.
All right, man. We got room for one more. Near zero. We got room for one more. Can you do another song for Pittsburgh?
Oh, we can
out
do
there?
many more for you all.
All right, we want to have one more, man. Let's give it up for Near Zero. What are we gonna do, brother? What are we gonna do there? Hey, let me talk to Leader Black. What song we gonna do? There you go. Near Zero, Pittsburgh.
Until you find your place, lay down on the line while you're running out of me. Remember all the times that we never knew. Search until you find the answer to the tragedy. Tell me what you want to see. A burden upon your shoulder. All I need is surgery. Find your little odor. Stay out of Look across your shoulder. Tell me what you want to see. Search until you find your world of peace. Lay down on the line. What you find is hard to keep. Remember all the times, the ones that we never speak. Search until you find Search until you find. Search until you. Search until you. I will fly away. Everything watching you lie away. Find my house above. Searching your tail away. Watching you lie away. Find my house above.
We love you. Good night. Thank you, Pittsburgh. See you.
Opportunity to tell you what Rocket TV is all about. Yeah, you got to get the message out to the peoples. Hometown music is where it's at, man. Yeah, we got some Pittsburgh flavor for ya. Dave said turn everything up really loud for the next song.
All right, you better do it then.
Yeah, we're the jazz Nazis. Seek style.
Seek style. Seek style.
Seek style.
Seek style. My name is Dieter.
All right, Pittsburgh, welcome back to Rocket Television. We got a good friend of ours here on the set of the Rox Theater. I'll tell you what, he goes by the name of Eric. Let's give it up for Eric. I'll tell you what, he's here with a friend of his that playing drums tonight. They're going by the Jazz Nazis. He's moving down to, where's San Diego?
San Diego, baby.
San Diego, baby. He's
San
moving.
Francisco
TV
sound.
experience, the American metal experience to San Diego.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what,
sound.
we're going to fly. We're going to be doing shows all over the fucking, you know.
Gonna be nationwide.
Jimmy's gonna do something even if it's wrong.
All right, Pittsburgh, welcome back to Rocket Television. We got the Jazz Nazis down here. We're Rocket down here at the Rex Theater. I'll tell you what, we got the one and only mystery man on the soundboard. We got Denny. He don't like to be called Dennis. Best sound man in Pittsburgh. Let's give it up for Denny right there. Made all the band sound good. Look what he did for the lights, all right? Let's hear from Eric here. I hear he's moving. We're going to take a look. Where are you moving to, Eric?
Dude, I'm going to San Diego, baby.
He's going to San Diego. You know what? He's going to tell everybody about Rocket TV in San Diego down there.
Like I said, Rocket TV kicks
I'll still be
ass.
here, though.
We're going to come and take over your town, baby. You're going to bring some East Coast flavor.
There you go. And you know what? When he gets done, they're going to be eating them Permane Brothers sandwiches down there in San Diego. This is the Jazz Nazis, Rocket TV saying, get a Permane Brothers sandwich and go to San Diego. Hell yeah.
We're the jazz Nazis. Seek style.
Seek style. Seek style.
Seek style.
Seek style.
Again, we'd like to thank the establishment. Denny, the man behind the scenes that never gets any respect.
you know where you heard it, and you know when you heard it. Right here at Rocket Television, down here at Directs. I'll tell you, these boys in the band, you gotta give it up to them. This is the best part about doing a job that I'm doing, is meeting people like this and getting to see people rock and roll like this. These guys are the boys in the band. I'll tell you, they rock Pittsburgh. They're gonna rock you right here, right now. Let's give it up for the Majors. 2, 3, 4.
Day after day. Shot, give me a shot. Feel it. Give me a shot. Give me a shot. Give me a shot, make the world go away. Living a teenage life. That's what really bothers me. But I just wanna rock and roll, you see. I party every day. Just like they say. Just like they say. Give me a shot. Give me a shot. Give me a shot. I wanna feel it. Give me a shot. Give me a shot.
Thank you. Thank you, Pittsburgh. My goodness. You know, it's getting hot in here, don't you think? Well, that's all over now. What show you guys watching tonight? That's right. I want my Rocket TV.
I think Mark Knopfler said that back in the 60s or something. Wasn't it?
After Woodstock.
Hot air, so hot air, so hot air. It's getting hot in here, so take off all your clothes. Getting so They started playing that funky music. I wanna take my clothes off. Play that funky music. I wanna take my clothes off. Play that funky music. Yeah. I wanna take my clothes off. Play that funky music. I wanna take my clothes off. And they were dancing and singing and moving to the groove, and it just went hit him back. Somebody turned around and shouted, "Play that funky music, white boy. Play that funky music, white. Play that funky music, white boy. Lay down and boogie and play that funky music, white. Hey guys, what did I?"
All right, Pittsburgh. I'll tell you what do you think of that, huh? We find what do we find? We find a pearl, I guess, in an oyster or wherever the pearls come from. I'll tell you what. These guys, what are you thinking about? Let's give it up for the guys, the boys of the band. I'll tell you, let's talk to the leader of the pack right here. And he's going to introduce the band. What's up, the leader of the pack? Where's the leader? He's the leader of the pack. What's up, man? Welcome to Rocket TV, man.
Nice to be here.
Dig
brother.
it, man. What's your name?
My name's David.
All right, David.
What's
Nice
your
to
name?
meet
Your name's Jim.
Yeah, right. Dig it. That's what I go by. Rocket, Jim, Rocket Man, whatever. Hey, let's introduce the band here real quick.
All right, you got it, man. Over here on the bass, we got Timmy Gallagher.
Let's give it up for Tim.
Over here on a lead guitar, he taught me everything I know, and I'm still learning. This is Bobby Curdy over here.
We're not worthy. We got rock, yeah.
And back here on the drums, he circled around his place for 20 minutes trying to find a place to park. His name is Roy Baker.
Thanks, guys.
I'll tell you, that was the Majors right there. They blew me away. I'll tell you what, Rocket Television, I know they blew you away too. We want to thank you for tuning in, and I'll tell you what, the next band's coming up. We're going to have HCH. Are they out there? HCH. Right there. We got the boys in the band coming up, but I'll tell you, let's give one more hand for the band Majors. I'll tell you what, because they rocked and rolled the Rex tonight, man. Did they rock? Did they rock? They rocked, man. The boys unconventional. Let's give it up for them, man. That's right on.
What's up, Pittsburgh? Welcome to Rocket TV, where you as a viewing audience can be a guest right here on the show. Here today, and he's one of the men behind the scene. He's one of the men that puts the rock into the roll. Let's put it that way. The hard work, the sweat, all the technical aspects of rock and roll and of shows. This guy here is one of the very many responsible for all the things that you see when you go to any amphitheater, when you go to any concert. It's people like this here. He belongs to the Local 3. He's a stage roadie guitar technician right there. All right, man, let's give him a hand. One more hand for the roadie guy there, all right? Welcome to the show again.
Thank you
all
very
right,
much.
How'd you become a roadie? Let me ask you. Let's start off right off the top with that. How did you get interested in being a roadie?
My mother bought me a guitar in 1969, and I taught myself how to play. And I roadie for a band called Gravel back in 1972. I did my first real gig at Pitt Fieldhouse with Gravel and Blood, Sweat, and Tears. And just history since. It's a love of my life.
Yeah.
I live for rock and roll.
I see. Well, let me ask you this: you're always on a stage and sort of behind the scene at times, you know. What do you think's the worst nightmare you've seen on a stage, as far as like a technical accident, an oversight? Do you have anything that you could share with us here at Rocket TV?
Well, a friend of mine got hurt not too long ago, and I was the steward for the Fake Fest. My lights came. They were 2 hours late. We had points to put up. The genie lift that they bring was dead.
The battery in it. It wouldn't
Yes.
go up.
It would not go up. Nothing.
You just
Zilch.
can't use ladders for what you're doing?
No,
needed
you
the lift.
can't. No, you
What
can't.
did you do anyway?
Well, we ended up pointing the two front rigs and charging the thing
Right.
for 3 hours, and then doing our work real quick.
To get it on.
To
So that's
get it
what
on,
I'm
to
saying,
set up
ladies
the
and gentlemen.
show.
You just don't see the kind of work and effort that goes into what these guys do. It's just really it's miraculous, you know. You know what? You didn't answer one question I wanted to ask you. What was your first show that you actually wrote? Do you remember?
Yeah, Blood, Sweat, and Tears.
Oh, it was the Blood, Sweat, and Tears.
1972
Okay.
at
That was
Pitt
the first
Fieldhouse.
show. Okay, I misunderstood you. I thought you actually played in that show.
No,
You
no,
said
I
I know you do play guitar.
Yes,
and
I
you
do.
play an instrument.
I do teach here and
You're
there.
also a guitar technician.
And I'm a guitar tech, I'm a bass tech, and a stage manager.
Do you ever get to meet any of the bands?
Many bands.
Really?
Yeah.
Give us a
yeah.
few names. Lay a few.
Lemmy
on us,
Kilmister
Paul.
from Motorhead happens to be a friend of mine.
All right.
Mickey D plays drums for him, who used to play drums for King Diamond.
All right. Yeah. I
Back in
remember.
the early 80s, I guess
Yeah,
it was.
Yeah.
Good friends. Good people.
So you actually get to meet the people?
Most of the time, yes.
I see. Is there any other experiences you care to share with us about, like somebody that you? What about? Did you ever get to meet somebody that you really looked up to as a musician and said, "Oh, I can't believe I just got to meet so and so"?
Yes, I met Stanley Clark about 3-4 months ago. Did a gig at Rosebud, and he was a very, very nice man.
Right. That's the guy that
Very.
plays all those chords. And
He
all
plays a
those,
bass. He's been playing bass. He used to play bass for David Bowie in like 1978.
All right.
And he's probably one of the best bass players, technicians that there is in the business today.
Well, I'm going to jump over to 4D over here. How'd you get the name Skull? Like, before you answer me that, let me ask you this, all right? I know a guy, when I was growing up, we all have friends. They all had nicknames, right? I know a guy named Mendo. I know a guy named Oof. I know somebody that goes by the name of Unk. And I even know a guy that he's a really nice guy. He can't talk or hear, you know, and he's a really nice guy. He's a friend of mine. And people actually call him No Rap. I mean, how did you end up with the name Skull?
How did I end up with that? That's kind of hard to say, because the real story has to do with a girl that I used to see.
Okay, he can't tell me,
and I
because if he
can't
told
really-
me, he'd have to kill me.
I'll have to kill him and everybody else along with it.
Alright.
You know, I can't do
Okay.
that.
Now, I understand sometimes these bands that you get to meet, you know, you're always backstage, you know, you go beyond the Call of Duty by maybe hooking them up with a woman or two and and stuff like that. Could you
That-
tell us a little bit about the wild side of being a roadie on
The
Local
wild
3 down
side,
there?
yeah, wild side of being a roadie is making the band happy and having the whole band having the whole you got it. Bleep. And bleep
I think
and
we
bleep
get the
again.
idea.
Yeah. Well, a lot of bands, they vary. Some are very good musicians and they got big heads. Some are very down to earth. Actually, just the other day, I met David Sanborn. Shook his hand, and he was a very, very nice guy.
Okay, for the people in the studio audience out there that don't know who David Sanborn is, will you explain it to them?
David Sandborg is a jazz, I guess almost jazz fusion, and he plays a saxophone.
Okay.
I actually think it's a tenor or an alto sax. I ain't sure for
Yeah,
sure, but it's
right,
one of the
right.
two. And he's been around for 30 years. He's very how can I say it?
Versatile.
Yeah, versatile. Thank you very much.
Yeah, hey,
Hey,
that's what
roadies
they're
don't
for.
get schooling.
Hey, but we get a lot of things roadies
like
don't.
the, like the biggest show I ever did, there was 80 tractor trailers.
80.
80 tractor trailers, 53 footers.
Really?
Yeah, and it was for a band called Instinct.
You mean
Yes,
one
this is a
band
metal
had,
band. This is a metal show. It's Instinct.
One
Get it
band
right.
had 80 tractor trailers.
One
full
band
of
had
equipment.
80 tractor trailers playing the stadium. I did them in Cleveland and here in
Really?
Pittsburgh.
Well, I didn't see them play, but I know from a lot of the bands these days. I mean, Dorn, was it a 2 or 3 hour show?
Yeah,
Did they play all 3 chords?
maybe 2.
Maybe 2. He says. All right, 80 tractor trailers full of equipment. All right, that's just so unbelievable.
Well, that's staging and all.
Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah.
Sure.
And for a build a stage like that, it takes 5 days. It takes probably an 80-man crew 5 days.
Wow. 5 days to set that up.
5
That
days,
is
10 hours a
incredible.
day. A lot
So
of
the
people
next time
don't
you
realize.
go to a show, you got to keep this in mind, you know what I mean? And all the younger guys that are in the business now and they want to get signed someday, it's not all just going there and playing. I mean, it's just a lot of traveling involved, a lot of technical things, a lot of people you got to meet, talk to, a lot of issues that have to be ironed out, you know? And speaking of, just going on tour and everything, I understand that you were on tour one time and you accidentally got left somewhere. What is that all about? You know?
Well, that's kind of a funny story too.
All right.
I think.
Well, let's hear it. Rocket TV loves it,
Rocket,
man.
yeah.
Dig
Okay.
it.
I was probably. I think I was in Chicago, and I got off the bus and went to go get something to eat. Told the bus driver I was going back to the bus. When I come out of the restaurant, I'm saying, "Oh, I need cigarettes." So I ran across the street to get cigarettes, and I happened to run into a couple of chicks. I happened to see my backstage pass, and la-di-da-di-la-da-da. I spent a couple minutes with them. Went back to the
Couple
bus.
minutes,
The
huh?
bus was gone.
A couple minutes, huh?
Yeah. Well,
The bus was gone.
the bus
so
was
what
gone.
happened? Here you are in the middle of Chicago.
I got picked up by the 2 girls that I was
Right.
talking to.
And you
Took
chased-
me back to their house. I called my wife because
Right.
I didn't have my tour manager's number on me.
Right.
And I didn't know it off by heart. I had to call my wife in Pittsburgh, who called him on the bus to get to give me the number so I could call him so they could come back pick me up. Now I can't mention no names,
Right.
but the band came back, picked me up, never stopped. I ran and jumped on the bus,
In the bus.
and actually went back out on the highway. And a guy I always happened to be touring with came out and said, "Why ain't we there yet?" "Oh, we hit road construction."
Oh, they know.
Everybody
Yeah.
covered for me,
Oh, that's
and God
cool.
bless them all.
Yeah. Now that's a story. That's a hell of a story right there. You know what I mean? The bus is running. They say you got to jump on because if we stop, the guy will know that we stopped. You'll be busted. They covered for you. Now that's called.
That's called rock and roll.
Yeah.
Plain
Yeah,
and
it
simple.
actually is.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it's like brotherly love, but with the roadies.
Yes,
Yeah, I can
right.
dig it, man. It's
We
all
were a
love.
family.
Yeah, yeah.
When you go
That
out
is
on
the
tour,
truth.
you got to be
Yeah.
a family, because
Yeah.
if you ain't, it don't work.
Right. Well, I understand you also had some kind of experience in Colorado Springs. Could you tell us what happened there
Okay,
without
I
going
can
into
tell
too much
you
detail there?
that we were doing the set. I can't mention no names again, but we were up in the mountains, and I mean up high altitude.
Yeah.
And the man had a few too many drinks, and we actually had to pick him up and carry him down 3 flights of steps and to the bus. As we were doing this, the club owner was coming up saying, "You only played 40 minutes. Your contract says 70. We'll kill you. We'll kill you. I'm losing thousands of thousands of dollars. We'll kill you."
Really?
And we're looking back and saying, "That's rock and roll."
He wanted to secure the guy back
In
for
and put him back
30
on
minutes.
stage, and there was no way he can do it.
Right.
He was puking his guts out.
Right. Oh man,
That's rock and
that's
roll.
some story. I'll tell you what. Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna hear more from Skull on Rocket TV right here after this. So stick around.
Hey, what's up, Pittsburgh? I'm DC from American Metal Production Company. And I tell you what, if you just like to listen to some good music and you like to see some really cool videos, then you just want to tune in to WBYD, channel 35, 29, and 69 on your local broadcast. And hey, I'll tell you why. We got a cool show coming up called Rocket TV. All original music, all original talent from Pittsburgh. That's right, you can be on the show. Call 412-678-0524. It's coming out in October, so get ready. Rocket TV rocks. What do you think, girls?
Rocket TV rocks.
All right, welcome back to Rocket TV, ladies and gentlemen. We got the Skull here, and he's the roadie that makes it happen. I'll tell you what. All right, what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring one of the special guests that Skull had brought, and I'll tell you what. We'll let Skull introduce Skull.
We're
A
brothers.
match made in heaven, ladies and gentlemen. A match made in heaven. Look at that. I'll tell you what. You don't get any better than that. I'll tell you. This is nothing but pure 100% rock and roll entertainment right there, man. All right. So what the guy say now? He said, "I'll kill you. You got to come back and play 30 more minutes, huh?"
Yes. So then that left me and the tour manager to unload all our equipment from the 3rd floor by ourselves.
Yeah.
Because we had local
And
crew
this was
there,
a major. You might
and-
want to add that we can't say who it was, but this
No.
was a major act.
Yes.
So they had like a lot of equipment.
It was a national act, yeah. 2
the band was in the
SVTs,
bus.
The whole boodle and come, whatever, beep, beep, beep. Well, anyway, we had to carry all this stuff out of there. The owners had a bunch of guys out by our bus. They wanted to beat us all up.
How
But
did
they
you just
didn't
get
do
away?
that.
Did you just pull Blues Brothers? Were you the good old boys for the night? Yeah.
Well, actually, we just did what we had to do.
yeah, just got the equipment
We got
out
the
of there.
equipment out, packed it up, and we left.
You know, what happened to us one time, we were playing, I had a band, and we were playing at a bar, you know what I mean? It was a club,
right.
okay? And we always practice upstairs in the banquet hall, and I'll make it short and sweet, but I'll tell you what's crazy about it is, one day we practiced downstairs on the stage where we played. This guy was counting all this money from maybe poker machines, who knows, some kind of a thing they were doing, you know? It had nothing to do with the band, you know what I mean? So next thing you know, we come back later on that day to play. This was in the afternoon. We come back later on to play. And what had happened was I walk into the door with my 2 friends. They were like kind of friends and roadies, but they weren't like professional. So as soon as I walk into the place, the club owner comes over to me and says, "I want my money." And I said, "What are you talking about?" He said, "I want my $28,000. I said, "I don't know what you're talking about." Then my one buddy's looking at my other buddy, and they're both more than capable of taking that 28 grand, you know? And make a long story short, we find out it was the guy's wife because he was running around with another woman there and had a baby to this other woman, and this poor lady was sick, had arthritis and everything, and she had enough of him and his bar and his other women. She took the 28 grand, and she was a good friend of mine over the year and a half we played down there. She said, "Look, I took the money. Acme was ready to break my neck." The Acme boys?
Yes.
Well, to make a long story short, so it's always good to make friends where you go. If you have a good rapport, you do the right things and everything. But I'll tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, these are truly just the rebels of rock and roll right here, man. I'll tell
They
you, the
couldn't do it
troopers,
without
the
us.
troopers of rock and roll. They keep the show going.
We
Well, I'll
set it
tell you
up,
what,
we tear it
we're
down.
gonna be right back, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna have a couple bands here. We're gonna be in the Skull, with the Skull, at the Skull, live at the Skull. It's gonna be a special show. It's gonna be one you're not gonna want to miss. Stick around. We'll be back right after this.
Rocket TV, live at the Skull. Stay heavy.
All the crazy water swirling, and I flush it on down. my goofy little dance, baby. All around your town, sing it. I know what to do. All these things I say, all to be true. Those spider webs all around on my face. Well, I haven't eaten, mama, but I know that taste. All the crazy water swirling and flush it down. I'm going at 9, mama, and I'm ringing around, singing, sing it, yeah. I've been calling me inside of my mind. Well, I sure ain't answering. It's doing my time. All the crazy water swirling around my town. And I ain't no clown, baby. Just wear a little frown, mama. But I said, hey, hey.
How you doing, Keith? Welcome to the show, man. How you doing, Brother Keith? We got Brother Keith on the set. You know what? I was wondering, I seen you earlier before the last song. Could you take them off for a minute there for me, guys? I think he's got a foe in the band. And he ain't a Harry Krishner. I can see him at the International Airport with about 3 dozen of roses. Yeah, that's what he does part-time.
That's where I got my tambourine from.
Really?
He keeps me in tambourines.
I gotta keep him stuck.
All right, welcome to the show, Keith. What is your part of the band there, Keith?
Bass guitar and lead background vocals.
Okay. You're the guy that don't know. You know what a David Eden is?
No, somebody asked me that earlier.
What kind of setup you got? Yeah.
Bass amp?
Yeah.
Hartke and a Peavey.
Well, that's it. I'm not trying to diss you. I love you like a brother, brother. David Eden is a top quality amp that just has a tonal quality that's unsurpassed by anybody. Yeah, I mean, I can't believe you never heard of it. It's just like, it's excellent. It's excellent sounding. You really need, Swissville used to carry Swissville music. Are you familiar with Swissville?
Yeah.
Are you?
I live out in just a little bit south of, we're actually east of Schmicksburg now.
Schmicksburg?
Yeah, since we're...
He's really from Schmicksburg.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Damn.
Oh, man.
That's all right. We got some authentic Schmicksburgs. So anyhow, who influenced your playing there?
A little bit of Nathan East.
You don't know who Billy Sheehan is, do you?
Yeah, I know who Billy Sheehan is.
You don't think he's a bum, huh?
Oh, no. He's hot. He's more of a lead player, you know. He plays with a trio, and you need that to add, you know, to make for the full sound.
Right. You need David Eden for that.
Yeah, you need a David.
That's it.
That's cool. I heard these guys play earlier, while he was warming up for the sound check and everything like that. These guys are good. I'll tell you, people, Pittsburgh, the Schmick Brothers rock. Let me tell you right now, they really do. I'll tell you, they're really good, man. And I can't say that enough. These guys. Is there anything you want to say? You got a website or anywhere we can get a hold of? If you want to throw a party,
SchmickBrothers.com, and that's spelled S-M-I-C-K.
How do you spell that?
.com.
S-M-I-C-K.
Well, it's pronounced Schmick, but it's spelled Smick. S-M-I-C-K.
Yeah, that's the difference between our religions. Because if you were Jewish, your name would be Schmuck. That's cool. We're Hungarian, and Italian, and we got a long line of blood things going. But I mean, it's just it's who you are, not what you are. That makes the person. I mean, we aren't back in the 43s anymore. You know what I mean? We're in the 2000s, the year 2000. Where we're dealing with a bunch of self-centered morons. So, if you find a good person, you appreciate that. And these guys are.
Exactly.
I'm going to go ahead and move on to Dave, Keith, if you don't mind. Thanks. All right, Dave, welcome to the show.
It was a pleasure, Dave.
All right, how you doing?
Pretty good.
You've been reading our business cards too much. I'm Jim.
I'm Dave. Nice to meet you.
That's all right. How you doing?
Andy. What's up over there?
Hey, Andy. Hey, you know what? I didn't get the bless. Here, we're dedicated Catholics to this show. We have to do a little blessing. I know it's gonna, we're in the order of the Catholics here, and I mean, we just want to make sure that our spirits don't interfere with yours. So we had to go ahead and bless you.
Okay. It smells a little like English leather.
Yeah.
You mean
Everything
you do smells like leather, Keith? What are you talking about?
Yeah, see that? All right. So anyhow, what are you doing in the band there, Dave?
I'm the drummer.
The drummer. Cool. What kind of set you got there, brother? Dave, on a set.
I've been playing a set of DW Tubs right now, but I've got a few other
What's that stand for?
Drum Workshop or David
How do you like them?
Yeah, I love it.
What do you use, triggers on your drums? What kind of like them?
No, everything's acoustic.
Yeah, he's
microphones on.
he is the true musician of the band. Yeah, initially when we got together, we were all acoustic, and we wanted to amplify our sound. So we went to electricity, and he never went to electronic drums.
Yeah, he stayed. So you won't be playing our synth set tonight, then, are they?
No, unfortunately.
No.
We might go there.
Or you might.
We had a little fight over that because he thought that was crossing the line a little bit.
Yeah, it might be.
It was 4 against 1.
Well, you know what we'll do? We'll go ahead and bless the drums. We'll just give it a little. We'll be all right because we don't want to infringe on your beliefs here at Rocket TV. Okay, what kind of sticks do you use? They aren't electricity.
Wood.
Well, light up. You'd never use the light up sticks, would you?
No, well, I would. I bust them, clear up everything. Yeah, I use whatever I can. Well, the band up there in New Hampshire, they sought to the pyrotechnics. And we were pyrotechnics.
Were you? So
fire breathers.
Oh yeah, he'll burn a barn just to build it again.
That's right, man. We're gonna use
We build them and burn them.
Build them to burn them. Brother Bill says build them to burn them. What the hell? I mean, disaster is one thing.
We're careful. We know how to use it.
I'll tell you what, if the first person that fell off the Empire State Building died, we wouldn't have no more skyscrapers, right? So we're gonna stop blowing shit up just because the place burnt down? I don't think so. Brother Jim here at Rocket TV says no. Can I get an amen from the Schmick brothers?
Amen.
All right, there you go. All right, Dave. We're going to move on down to Andy. Is there anything else you'd like to say before we move you away from the public eye?
Funny story. We got hired for a job at Heinz.
He's a player. Let's give it up for him. I was still talking to David. He says, hey, time's up, Dave. You got something to say?
I thought you'd already moved on. That's my bad.
I just wanted to say, he showed up at the camp one day, out of the blue,
I was going to say somebody like that. Okay, well, I ain't going to bring that back up. Okay, Andy, well, you know. Well, yeah, welcome to the show, brother.
Thanks.
Yeah, all that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know that one. Hey, that's a new one. Hey.
That's the Protestants.
They're our friends, too. You know, they get too close and we got to zap them. You know, we're Catholics here.
Well, I was just a simple farm boy in Lancaster, and I joined this group, and I never dreamed that I would be on TV, on Rocket TV. This is, I'm so, there are stars in my eyes. This is wonderful.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. I think it's only black hats. I think there's a form of discrimination going, besides the Eric Kirshner. I think there's a form of discrimination going on here.
Hey, did we tell you about the job at Heinz Field we got hired
Yeah, I'd like to hear about that. Tell me about the job at Heinz Field.
Well, they hired us for a job at Heinz Field.
They hired me, too, and then they see my hair. I mean, you can imagine that.
They hired us for a job at Heinz Field. We got out there 4 in the morning with our plows and started planting corn, and we got 3 rows down before they said, no, we want you to play music. Oh, yeah. So they were...
They said, we want you to play, not plow.
Yeah. Oh, boy, were they mad.
It was hard to tear that green carpet up, but
Yeah.
pitchforks do a good job.
You're on a duty. You've got a duty.
Well, the grass was easy to get through. It was all the concrete underneath me.
One of the main reasons Andy came into the band, he had some personal problems.
Psychological.
No.
He had a fatal attraction.
A little sexual. Yeah.
Now, you know the Schmidt brothers got to be virgins. I mean, hey, in order to give quality, let me say this, quality, you know, what are these again, Mormon?
Amish.
Okay, to give quality Amish material, you all have to be true to the order. Now, I mean, if one guy goes astray, which it might be Andy, I'll tell you what, Bill's a likely candidate. I'll tell you what, Bill definitely, he looks like one who can go astray. But I'll tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, in order to get quality Amish, you know, rock and roll, you have to be true. You know, you just can't be running around with tramps.
Well, most musicians have become good at this is because they've had a tragedy in their life. They're singing about something. And Andy, this is why he came with us. Well, tell him.
Well, everything's...
Yeah, man. Let's hear about your little tragedy here on Rock.
Well, everything's straightened out now, but I thought I was the only guy for this girl. But
yeah.
She was singing... No. She was seeing 3 men a night. I'm Amish, and she was seeing 3 men a night.
Well, obviously she wasn't Amish. I guess we can roll that out, right?
Amish style was out the window. She was rock and roll.
She wasn't Catholic. We know that.
Yeah.
You'd have never find out if she was Catholic. What do you think she was? What do they call us?
Missionary, as far as I can tell.
She had a little bit of Catholic in her, because most Catholic girls have rhythm.
She had a little bit of Amish in her, too.
What do they call them? Them women that nymphomaniacs. Yeah, that's what
She was Oriental. She was Honey.
Oh yeah, she's Oriental. You didn't tell us that, and you hold back. See that? I could have helped you with that, but I can't help you if you don't tell me all the facts.
She kept saying, Misa Honey.
Yeah.
Misa Honey.
Yeah,
Misa Honey.
Well, I'll tell you what. We heard from these guys here. Now we're going to get to hear them play. We're going to get serious Steiner rock and roll right here in 45 seconds. So, how about I just say the Schmidt Brothers Rock and Roll, they're here on the set today. You could be here if you want to be. All you got to do is call us. We're going to see you right after this with the Schmidt Brothers. What song are you going to do, Dennis? Tell us about the song you're going to do.
Well, since you invited us down here into Pittsburgh, we're going to do Pittsburgh. Down there, yeah. We're going to do our Pittsburgh Boogie.
Yeah. The Pittsburgh Boogie, along with what?
Pittsburgh Boogie.
The Pittsburgh Boogie.
Pittsburgh Boogie.
Pittsburgh Boogie.
Pittsburgh Boogie.
All right, along with what?
And that.
The medley. I thought you were
It's a medley. We're gonna save the second song for the second
It's
song.
gonna be a surprise.
Yes.
All right, we're gonna do a surprise, sir.
No, we're full of surprises.
Are you really?
Mm.
Man, this guy's allergic there.
It's that hairspray he's got on
Say that
there.
number on the set. 6.
That's not a very Amish number, no.
No, that's very Amish. Man, yous are being very, yous really got me concerned, man. I'm gonna have to say a prayer for you. I got my rosaries right there. So, you know what I mean? Yous all right with that?
Yeah.
Say a prayer with the rosary?
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
All right.
Brother Dave.
Okay.
Wear the hat. Enjoy.
Why do you keep calling me Dave? My name is...
We're just checking to see, you know.
All right. We're gonna see you right after this. So stick around with the Amish Brothers right here.
Sasakamo's a mother do. Check the Bahamas, but they said you was gone. Can't understand why you did it so long. Well, she packed up her bags and she took off down the road. She said she was going to visit Sister Flo. She used my address in my name. She put my credit to shame. Sunspot, baby, we sure had a real good time. Sunspot, baby, we sure had a real good time. Well, Sunspot, baby, I wanna catch up sometime. Sometime.
We had the Schmick Brothers doing their #1 song, Pittsburgh Blues, the Boogie. Let's give them a hand. Let's give them a Rocket TV. You did all right for the Amish. All right, man. You made the Amish look good today right here on this set. Dennis, I'll tell you, you guys are remarkable. And I can't say that enough, man. You're a good musician.
Thank you, thank you. Well,
You really are, man. I'll tell you what.
about time we got it right.
Yeah, I'd like to see us like dress up as a Madonna tribute band someday.
Man, someday.
Hey, you can pull it off. I'm not dissing you. I'm just saying you could be any kind of tribute band you want.
Now listen, I don't think we want to go there.
Dennis is a jerk. He's a player. He's the leader of the pack here, I guess, and he's the ladies' man. He's got the black.
I'm the black Schmick of the family
Black
here.
Schmick family. Damn. And I don't even have a Bible to give you. Oh, well. Hey, you know, what can I say, you know?
David.
Better late than never.
Yeah, I know, Jim. It's been great here today.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, I really enjoyed having you. I'm going to go through the whole band. Thank you for coming on the show.
Thanks again. Thanks again. Thanks again.
Bill, I'll tell you, Slam and Bill. Slam and Bill. All right, we got
Keith Meister.
Oh, the phone. The Harry Krishner. All right, we got Dave right there. All right, Dave. And we have last but not least, Andy. And I'll tell you what, we didn't get to talk to Andy enough, so give him a good shot, man. Give him a good shot right there. That's Andy. He's a ladies, man. And he's looking for a woman, man. His last woman was a Schmickster. I'll tell you what, we want to get him a nice, honest, clean-cut Pittsburgh woman. So I'll tell you what, 678-0524. I'll tell you what, if you find him attractive, I'll tell you what, he's a good man. He's honest, and he's honest.
I'm also married. I'm also married.
No, he's also a vegetarian.
You're married?
Yeah.
He's token, but he's still looking.
But he's still looking. That's Keith, man. I'll tell you, the undercover Harry Krishner. Let's give some love right there for Keith. I'll tell you, he's the thinker of the crew right there. All right, Pittsburgh. We're going to see you right after this. We got the next exciting band coming up, and they're going to rock your world, so stick around.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me.
I saw my father cry.
Why didn't they bury him in Washington?
I guess he just wanted to come home.
My father wanted me to know what Abe Lincoln had lived for.
All right, Pittsburgh, welcome back to Rocket TV. Our next band goes by the name of Stereo Vibe. And we're going to hear from the leader of the pack right here, Mike. Let's give it up for Mike. Welcome to the show, man.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, sure,
Appreciate
man. How you
it.
doing?
Not too bad at all.
Good,
Glad to
man.
be
I'm
here.
glad to have you here. Tell me a little bit about the kind of music you play there, Mike.
Well, we do a very eclectic amalgamation of music. I guess you could call it like blues, rock, a little bit of funk, a little bit
What
of
was that
alternative.
word?
Blues, rock.
The amalgamation.
The amalgamation.
Yeah,
The big 50 Cent word. It's a nice blend.
He looked that up before we came.
I'll tell you what.
I was on my calendar of new words to learn for the day, so I
Right,
figured
right,
that's the one I'll
right.
pick.
Do you know how to spell amalgamation?
No.
No. Okay. Just asking, what about an A chord?
An A chord? No. Gotta talk to the guitar player on that
Okay,
one.
I'll save that one niner for, which one is
Chris.
play guitar? Chris.
Chris,
All right, Chris. I heard the riffs, man. Some fancy riffs you got there.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, they are. Okay, so you were saying it's kind of a blues rock type of thing?
Blues rock, a little bit of funk, a little bit of alternative. Like I said, a nice mix. You could tell in most of the songs that we do, whereas one song you could figure it's more of a blues song, and then you jump into another one which has like a nice funk flavor to it, and then you also have a few.
Yeah, I heard that on the bass guitar. I like it, man. I like it.
Brian's our funk master.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. It's a good job too. We're gonna get with him though. How do you feel this band you're in now differs from like say the other bands in the Pittsburgh scene?
Me personally, we have, I guess, diverse personalities. I mean, we're different, which I guess brings to the table the different personalities of the
Right.
band. So it comes out in our kind of music. The way I sing, by the way Jason plays drums, and Brian plays his bass, and Chris plays his guitar. And I've heard many different bands throughout the Pittsburgh area because I try to stay on the local scene for where I work. So.
Right.
And by far, I mean, giving Chris his due props, he's probably the best guitar player I've ever heard.
Really?
Yeah.
You haven't heard me play.
Let's have dueling guitars. Come on. Let's have
You haven't heard me play.
He doesn't get out much. I just don't get out much.
Yeah.
No, there are a lot of good guitar players, and I heard a few of his riffs. He did some fancy stuff for him. So how long have you been together?
Well, I actually joined the band a little over a year ago in March.
You were auditioned then?
Yeah, I was auditioned.
All right. No, I mean, that's cool.
Yeah, I guess I completed the band because these guys were already together.
Well, that's cool. Yeah, that's always easy. It's hard to find. If you go on, we were looking for drummers and bass players, and I mean, Pittsburgh's real bad. You know what I mean? I guess everybody. I don't know if everybody is into their own thing or everybody just thinks they have the package deal. But I mean, if you take in consideration, I mean, the people with the drug problems, the women problems, and musicians have to have more problems than anybody in the world. I mean, they really do. I mean, we've personally been through, 13 drummers and 11 bass players in 12 years, you know what I mean? We could find somebody steady, we'd have been signed, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's tough.
We're going to be like 67 years old, we finally get a drummer, maybe by the time we're 68.
Hey, there you go.
We'll get the bass player, and by the time we're 70, they'll bury us in 6-foot CDs. You know what I mean? Who knows, But that's cool. So where are you playing at next, Mike?
Well, we have an upcoming show at the end of July, on July 25th at the Longview Lounge.
Okay.
Up on Greensburg Pike. So, I mean, we're doing a solo show, just us there.
That's cool.
And so...
got Big Tony's coming up. We like to play there. It's a cool place, yeah. Good crowd.
That's cool. Do you have like a website that people can connect to?
Actually, yes, we do. It's www.stereovibe.net. All run it together.
All right. Okay.
A lot of people want to put that space in there, and then it won't go anywhere.
Stereovibe.net.
Okay. Well, thanks, Mike. We're gonna move on over to Jason now. Welcome to the show, Jason. How you doing, man? All right. You are
I am the drummer.
The drummer. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And how long have you been playing?
Wow. I've been playing for a while. My math's not too good right now. Since I was about 14, I guess. And
Okay.
I'm about 63 now.
All right.
So, yeah.
Let me ask you this, because a lot of people don't know what these things are. Do you know what that is? It's
It's my enemy.
Your
It's my enemy right there.
Man, that's your best
I'm gonna kill that thing. Yeah, well, I'm gonna teach that thing a lesson in a minute. It's all a drum.
Obviously, you spent a lot of time with one of these.
Yeah, that thing's a liar, man.
Yeah.
The one thing they keep telling me I need to get.
You know, I don't know if it's just me, but especially electronic ones.
Yeah.
They seem like they speed up, slow down.
Yeah.
I don't know if
weird.
it's me or if it's it. Or it's forces in the air. I mean, really, you know, a lot of people don't use these, believe it or not. Believe me, we've
difficult.
had 13 drummers, and that's why. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they are great, you know what I mean? So I'll tell you what, we're going to have to give you the Metronome Award there.
Hey, check it out.
There you
Look
go.
at that.
That's what it is, so
That's
you get some
right.
metronome right
Metronome.
there, man, because a lot of people don't.
I might throw this thing a beating. I don't know.
Yeah, really. Teach it a thing or two.
That's right. It's gonna go to my time.
That's cool. What kind of sets you got?
I got a Yamaha Stage Custom Advantage.
Mm-hmm.
I also have a North set. You know those old North sets?
Yeah, they're nice. Yeah, they got the they sound good.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
You ever use them in the studio?
Yeah. The guy sort of had a problem with it whenever I was using it. I think he just didn't want to work with it. You know what
Was
I mean?
it like an overring or something to do with the way they're coned out like that?
I don't know if it was that or it was just popping the mics or what. You know, because there's no bottom head on them, so I don't know if you're getting a lot of velocity through it or what. I don't know. He was big into drum triggers too, so I didn't trust him right off the bat.
Did you see this live studio room we got out there?
Yeah.
But we're gonna record, and we're gonna record the drums out in that hallway.
Is that right?
They're like cannons, man. I took the
yeah.
snare out there and went crack, man. I mean, it's like a drummer's dream.
Yeah, you like to get that natural reverb. That's the
out
best
there,
way.
man. We got, I mean, you know, Audiomation in Northside's known for their drum sound in that room, and this blows that away, I think.
Yeah, I was down. I checked out that studio. It's
Yeah,
nice, too.
yeah, they're friends of ours. I'm not, you know, saying people should come here and go there, and everybody makes up their own mind. But I think we're going to get a good drum sound out there.
Yeah,
I
that'll
think,
be cool.
you know, if Lennon was alive, he'd probably be recording in there.
That's right.
You know, sure. So, who influenced your playing anyway, Jason?
There's a lot of. I listened to a lot of different music, but whenever I was first coming up, I'd listen to a lot of Rush, you know, Yes and stuff, Billy Coben, stuff like that. More technical stuff. And then, you know, I got into some heavier music too. So, you know, like Lars Ulrich sort of playing. So, you know, I listen to a lot of different music. You know, for anything from classical to you know, the metal. So there's a wide range. I like the blues a lot too.
Right,
It's really
yeah,
cool.
so do I, man. You know,
Really cool.
I pay my dues up here. Like, I come up here every weekend. I open up my music store. Nobody comes in, maybe 10 people. So I sit here and play the blues every week.
There you go.
Saturday and Sunday, I'm
That's
here
right.
playing the blues.
You're living it.
It's the only time I really get to play, though. Yeah, I've been living them. We're musicians, we got
That's
the
it.
life. It's just unbelievable. Well, I'll tell you what, I have to apologize, but I have to move on to Brian. It's
no
time
problem.
to go down and see Brian. I think Brian here, ladies and gentlemen, if the cameraman can, I think Brian's the ladies' man. What do you think? Huh? You the ladies' man in the band there?
I'd certainly like to be.
Yeah, well, that's a good answer. I'll tell you, I don't think I would have been that quick on it, but that's good. Welcome to the show, Brian.
Oh, thanks. It's good to be
And
here.
your part of the band is?
I play bass guitar.
Play bass guitar, yeah. Okay, and you were doing that funk style.
Yeah, you know, I like a little bit of slap, you know.
Is that a 5-string you got?
Yeah, I got a 5-string
Really?
Yamaha out there.
I often wanted to try one of them 7-strings, but I never got around and getting one. You know, it's like
that's getting a little crazy there.
Yeah, sure. You know, how long you been playing?
Probably about 7 years by now.
7 years? That's cool. And how did you start to play? What? I mean,
actually,
did somebody influence you?
Yeah. I had a brother that was, cool. You know, he was into bands since you know for quite some time, and
I see.
He needed a bass player, so I started picking up bass.
That's cool.
And by the time
Does he still play?
Yeah, he's still.
Invite him to the show.
Yeah, let's bring him on down.
Little Rocket TV action.
Yeah, right. You got it, man. Yeah.
But by the time, you know, he needed me to play, like, he had already found somebody. So by the time I was good enough to play, he had already found somebody.
You know, it's me and my brother playing. I always said, you know, if we each had 2 more arms, we'd have been signed too. You know what I mean? Because I could play the drums and guitar, and he could sing play bass or something like that, you know?
That's the best jam with friends.
Yeah, it would have been like a freak show, but we'd have been to the top. Oh, yeah. Got to get there somehow.
Yeah.
I noticed that you're using a unique sounding bass head. You want to tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, I just bought an Ampeg. It's a 1,300 watt Ampeg bass head.
And how much was that?
Well, it was a good bit of money.
Can we
Too
borrow
much. It was too much. You can have it.
Sure.
Yeah.
You can have it. Well, I don't really expect you to give
Come
it.
on, I like you. You can take it off my hand.
All right.
Yeah, and I got a 4-tone cab I bought.
Do you really?
That's pretty
I got a
decent,
nice
I
crate
think.
bass amp I'll trade. I'll give you that and one of them wall pedals. Even straight up.
I'll
No,
take a
that's a
look at
nice
it.
sounding head, though. It really
Oh,
is.
thank you.
And I ask everybody this, and I go through this all the time. Have you ever heard of David Eden? Long answer. Really? They're a really good bass sounding. They're a bass head, bass amp. They got cabinets, and they're the best amp I've ever heard in my life. A lot of people don't know, and it's just because they're so expensive. Swissville was handling them for a while there. If you ever see a David Eden, they're gold, and they'll say David Eden on them. It don't matter what you're doing. Stop and play it. You know what I mean? Really,
Check it out.
you'll be impressed. Yeah, you really will be. I'll tell you what, I have to apologize to you as well. We have to move down to Chris.
What's up?
All right, Chris, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having us.
All right, dig it. I see you got an old Strat there.
Yep,
All right.
74 American made.
Hey, are you the original owner?
No.
Oh, you could have lied. It's passed down through generations.
Yeah, I wasn't born yet, man.
Yeah.
No, I got a really good deal on it, actually.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Let's hear about it.
I knew a guy that had some money problems, so I bought it for about 100.
Was he on drugs?
You could say that, yeah.
That's no names. You know, when somebody gives you a 1974 Strat for how much you pick it up for?
165.
$165.
Yeah.
Wow. Really? What do you want to sell for? That's
I'm never selling that. It's my baby.
Geez, I got a real nice Ibanez. I can make it a dealer.
That's my baby. I got another one looks just like it too.
Do you really?
But it's a Mexican-made one.
Yeah,
It's not
yeah.
as good.
I see you got a pedal board there too. What kind of pedal board is that?
Digitech RP10.
And I got a Digitech 2120 or something. Are you familiar with the rack mount?
No.
It's a nice rack mount. It's a little outdated. It come out like in. The first one I seen was like in 1982, and it was like, oh man, it was like $2,000. And I just always go to pianos and stuff and say, yeah, I wish I could get one of those, you know. Then, you know,
You could spend
a
a
lot
fortune
of
on
money.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
I've had that for, I don't know, 6 years maybe.
Did you
I
really?
love it.
That's cool.
Does everything.
And how do you classify the style what you play? I mean, were you
music?
always a blues man? Let me ask you
Yeah,
that.
well, I started playing when I was real young.
Okay.
And I quit for a while because, well, like back in the 80s, you know, like glam rock, everyone's playing 1,000,000 miles an hour.
Yeah.
I'm like, I can't play that fast.
Yeah, either can I. My fingers won't go
My
that
fingers
fast.
aren't that long, you know, I
mean,
can't
yeah,
reach
well, that
that.
too. Yeah, I had a friend of mine.
Yeah.
He was like this excellent guitar player, a real good friend of mine. Went to California. He wanted to cut the webs in his finger. This is how large. I mean, he was just. He became a technician. I went to his house one time before he moved in his studio.
Yeah.
And the whole wall was nothing but patch bays and rack mines. I mean, the guy turned into like an Einstein Frankenstein of a technician there. You know, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
It was really something, man.
Yeah, I quit for a while and then started listening to some blues and Stevie Ray Vaughan and all, and then all the old influences I kind of forgot about came out, so I started doing that.
Well, that's cool, man. I'm really looking forward to hearing you play. I understand that you are going to be doing a song called Tripping Over Mardi Gras? Tripping Over Mardi Gras right there. Before we go break the commercial, I want to ask Brian how that came about.
Well, I wrote a bass line before I left for a trip going down to Mardi Gras, the best place on earth, by the way. Oh, yeah, definitely. And I came back, and this guy right here wrote all the music for it. He wrote, you know, the lyrics and came up with the guitar part, and it just took off from there.
Did you just record? Did you just have a CD? I don't want to ask you that,
we
too,
got a
do you?
five. We got a
You just
5
didn't bring
song
us
demo.
one here for Rocket TV to put in our rock and roll CD library of.
I didn't bring the CDs. I think we could take care of it.
We can't hear this
We
show.
got that.
Yeah,
We got
bring
one
us
for
a
you.
CD.
We'll take care of you. We'll hook you up.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'll tell you what. We're going to have to break for station identification. But before we do, I think our man Mike over here, leader of the pack, and the Stereo Vibe singer right there, Stereo Vibe singer, wants to say something.
This is Mike from the band Stereo Vibe, and you're watching Rocket TV. Stay tuned.
There you go. You heard it right here. Stereo Vibe.
Marching as the crowds go, I never seen such a wild show. Mardi Gras, it's like another world here. My only thoughts are women and where's the next beer? Tripping over Mardi Gras, seeing things I never saw. Tripping over Mardi Gras. At first light, I wake up in a total haze. Feels like I've been drinking straight for days. I don't know who the girl is lying next to me. Last night, I'm sure I was in ecstasy. Tripping over Mardi Gras, seeing things I never saw. Tripping over Mardi Gras. The best part's the beads around the girls' necks. They're free, they just have to show their breasts. Watching the parade go down Bourbon Street, I kept thinking someday I'd have to leave. Tripping over Mardi Gras, this should be against the law. I'm tripping over Mardi Gras. Tripping over Mardi Gras. I'm tripping over Mardi Gras. This should be against the law. I'm tripping over Mardi Gras. I'm tripping over Mardi Gras.
Rocket TV. That was Stereo Vibe doing that song right there, Tripping Over Mardi Gras. The boys in the band. Give it up for the boys in the band right there.
Thank you.
Good job, man. Good job. I'll tell you, you blew me away with that. You know,
Thanks a
you
lot.
really
Appreciate
did.
it. All right.
Yeah.
Fan favorite.
Okay, we're going to go over to Jason here for a minute. Jason, I understand you're going to be doing a little recording that. You want to elaborate on that at all?
Yeah, we're getting ready to do our first full-length CD.
Oh, yeah? Where are you going to record at?
Actually, we got a guy. His name's Dave Hayden.
How much are they going to charge you?
He's pretty cheap. He comes all the way. He brings an RV full of equipment
mobile dude.
to the house.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Yeah, I seen this.
Yeah, but he does real good. Yeah, so we're looking to have that out, within a month.
Right.
So you can go to www.stereovibe.net.
Okay.
And get all the updates. For everything for the site.
Oh, we have a studio here too.
Is that right?
Yeah, we really do. $50 an hour.
Is that right?
But we do demos for $200, 3 for $500. You might want to consider it.
Check it out.
My brother, he takes his time. He's a head engineer there. He's executive producer, cameraman.
He does it all.
He sweeps up. He
janitor too.
He's a one-man production company. I'll tell you, you better watch out to Caesar Engler. You better watch out. We're right behind you now.
You can say that www site again.
Yeah, good. The producer prefers that we repeat that.
It's
Make sure everybody gets it.
Yeah, it's www.stereovibe.net.
That was a good job, too. And I'll tell you what, we're going to go ahead and say goodbye to audience now. We want to see you back here on the show, okay?
Great.
Thank you, Michael. Thanks for coming to the show.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Jay right there.
Yeah,
thanks a lot. The man on the skins. We got the ladies' man down there, Brian. He's going to star in one of our movies coming up, Psycho Security Dude.
That's right.
And then we got Chris, man. The Chris with the hot riffs. You like that? We got Chris with the hot riffs right there. All right. Okay, Pittsburgh. We're going to see you soon, so stick around. And don't forget, we want you to rock with us here at Rocket TV. You got a band down there, bring them down. Give us a call, 412-678-0524. We want you to rock with us. Welcome back to Rocket TV.
Now, the first band we're going to hear from tonight goes by the name of Triple Roll. So if you want to pan the camera over there to Triple Roll, I believe we're going to hear from our first guest. What do you say? How you doing today? Welcome to Rocket TV.
What's going on?
Yo, G, all right, man. It's all good. It's all good. So what's up?
Not too much.
Not too much. What are you doing in the band, Joe?
I play guitar and sing.
You play the guitar and sing?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Do you write any of the songs, or is it a band collaboration?
I wrote most of the songs.
Did you?
Yeah, but they usually help me on, like, the words.
Yeah, right. Well, that's good. The song you're doing tonight, who wrote that?
I wrote it.
You wrote it?
Yeah.
So you get all the royalties then?
Yeah, I guess.
You gonna split it with Steve and Tim over there?
Yeah, I'll split it with them.
You're gonna split it with them. All right. Well, I'll tell you, that's a good man. Joe's a good man. He's a man you want on your side then. All right. Well, let me ask you this. All right, I'm gonna be interviewing you first. So let me ask you. Oh, you're probably gonna say it's you though. Who's the ladies' man in the band?
I don't know. Me.
You're the ladies' man.
Yeah.
All right.
They can back it up.
And he's the ladies' man. When you just go out and do your gig, he gets the ladies, and then he kind of
pretty much.
Joe's the man. All right. All right. Well, let's take off your hat. Let's see it. Let's let the ladies see you out there in TV land. Oh, you gotta flip the lid, man. You gotta flip the lid. It's all right. Come on, I'll flip the lid one time. Let's hear it from Joe, the ladies' man, right there. Right there. That's all right. So, what kind of how do you classify the style of music you're gonna be doing here tonight?
I don't know. I guess poppy punk.
Poppy punk?
Yeah.
That's cool, man. I actually got a sneak preview of the song, and I'll tell you, it's pretty cool. I think it could be used for like one of them half-hour sitcoms, you know, like You're Not the Boss of Me Now, or that King of the Hill thing. Yeah. It's a cool tune, man, ladies and gentlemen. It really is. I'll tell you what. So you're the ladies, man. So I'm going to move right over to Steve for a minute, if you don't mind me, asking. Does he get stoned a lot?
Hey, Steve.
Steve?
Oh, yeah.
Come on, tell the truth.
No, definitely.
On a constant basis.
You look stoned, man. You really look stoned. And what do you do in the band there,
I
Steve?
play bass.
You play bass. You're the bass man. You got the axe. What kind of axe you got?
It's called State of the Art.
State of the Art?
Yeah.
I mean, is it a Gibson or is it
No, that's
the
all
name
it
of the
says.
bass is called State of the Art?
Yeah.
Okay, so can we borrow it if we ever need an extra bass?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I get a maybe from Steve. He won't even remember talking to me tomorrow, so you're going to have to remind him, Joe, that we might need a bass here to say, you never know. People are walking off with shit left and right all the time. I don't know. Okay, who was your influences when you started playing?
Me? It'd be Joe's my influence.
Joe? Now that's what I call dedication, ladies and gentlemen. Do you see that right there? This is a band that has potential of staying together, sticking together, and going somewhere. Right there. That was the perfect answer. That's what I would have said.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're all right, man.
He's the one that taught me how to play and everything.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool. Well, how did you get your name?
Me?
Yeah,
band
Triple
name?
Roll, not Steve.
Oh.
I know you guys. All right. That's good though. You know, we'll touch base with that a little later. You know,
Yeah.
maybe if you want to go into it. But let me get back to Joe for a minute. Joe, how did you get the name of the band Triple Roll?
I don't know. I guess whenever I was like about 15, I was sitting home one day on the couch watching TV, and there was like a commercial for toilet paper. It's called Charmin Triple Roll. I was like, man. I was like, if I'm ever in a band one day, I'm gonna name it Triple Roll.
Really?
Like, yeah, I just stuck
Good
with
thing
it.
you weren't watching a Kotex commercial.
Yeah.
Tell them what the name of their band would be, you know?
Yeah.
Then Freedom or whatever, you
You
know?
call it like, yeah.
That's pretty cool, though. That's pretty good. Now, I understand today, yous are going to tell me a story a little bit about a place yous actually used to play that got ripped down or something. And from what I understand, this has a lot of sentimental value and everything. You know?
Yeah. Grew up there.
Don't you have a picture of it or something you want to
Yeah,
show?
I got a picture of it.
And we're going to have a moment of silence for the lost rehearsal hall.
You guys can
here.
get a close up of this.
Yeah, you got to get close up of the place. This is where it happened for Triple Roll. This is where it happened right here. So
place
I'll
is-
tell you, where was this place at?
In our hometown of Verona, Pennsylvania.
All right. Is there anything else you want to tell me
Yeah,
about?
this place here is called the Chateau.
The Chateau. Is this
Yep.
where the police came to get you?
Oh yeah, the police came here.
For what? Playing too loud.
Yeah, I'll tell the story of that.
Okay. Well,
this
let's get to the story of the police coming because you were playing too loud.
Yeah,
In other words, there wasn't a bunch of women running around naked, and there was no doobies like it was just because you were playing too loud. Let me see the picture.
No, it
Let me
wasn't
see the
about playing
picture.
too loud. It's just
Well, you know,
something
the
like
place is in the middle of a farm. Look at
That's
this.
not even
Look
a
at this.
farm.
That's a farm. Ain't no neighbors there. Why did
Yeah,
the
there
police
is.
really come? We're getting to something there now. Why did the police really come?
All right.
And don't lie to me, because I can go right down to Pathona Terry's office and check the records.
All right, one time we're there at the house, and we're playing, like, But there's a couple.
That's a likely story.
Yeah, there's a couple girls staying there.
Now see, I told you. The women came into the scene. I knew there had to be women there. Anytime there's women there, there's police there.
This girl was 18. She decided.
Underage too.
She decided she wanted to run away and stay there for a couple of days.
Oh, Harvard of your fugitive. This is great. This is great.
So she really wasn't my friend, but she liked me at the time. So she was just staying there, and like we were all down the playground playing football, and her mom came down.
Oh, you just got busted.
And we were down there drinking, maybe 20
underage drinking too.
20.
No wonder why they ripped the place down. This was a menace to the community.
It was a menace.
It was
a menace to the community.
I still feel for you, but I mean, you could have been a little more discreet about it,
Oh, we were, but
you just got busted up.
No,
you pissed somebody off, and they turned you in. Underage drinking, Harvard of fugitive, underage females. What else is there?
The best part of the story is, so we're drinking down the playground. Her mom comes down, like, the police came and got so-and-so out of the house. So
where was the old man with the shotgun? He was at your house.
Yeah.
He was at your house.
He came the next day and busted my guitar in half with a baseball bat the next day.
Now that's what I call dedication. And they made it through that. Talk about dedication. And you hear that, ladies and gentlemen? They've got their guitars broke. They got arrested. The police called. And where do they come? They go back, they go get their coins and their beans together, they go buy another guitar, and they go get another rehearsal place and do it again. I love it. These guys are great, man. Triple roll right there. Remember that, triple roll. Okay.
So we're playing in the house. Like, we come back up from the park, we're drinking. Like, the house is packed, like a small house, like 2 rooms. There's 30 people in there. We have the strobe light kicking. It's like 9 at night, pitch black in there. All of a sudden,
I can't imagine why the police would come. I really can't, I think that's harassment.
I look to the front door and I see the police come strobing in the house.
Right.
They're walking strobing in the house.
Yeah.
We're like, oh man. So we turned off all the amplifiers and we're getting ready to run. We all got underage drinking.
You know what we used to do in my band? We used to play on the 3rd floor. So we could never hear them. They had to start shooting their guns so we could hear what they wanted. This is a true story. We're in my attic. Yeah. What do you think about all this, Tim? Were you part of any of this?
Yeah, I was part of it. I was pretty.
You were. So you're a conspirator.
Yeah, I was.
So all this illegal activity, the rock and roll that's going on there. And what was your part in this, playing?
I was I'm a drummer.
You're the drummer. But I mean, you're the drummer?
Yeah.
Okay. What kind of drums you got there?
Tama.
You want to buy a set of synth set? You want to buy a synth set? Cheap?
I don't have the money. I'm broke.
Nah?
Yeah, I'm broke.
Well, you ever want to come out and play them sometime,
Yeah.
You can come out and play them. When we did your show, we had an acoustic set here. You brought up. The synth set's cool, and I'm working on getting a Yamaha for the show, too. So what made you decide to play drums, though?
I don't know. I started when I was real young. I guess it just happened. Like, I just started banging.
You've been hanging out with Steve, smoking those doobies. You don't even know why you started playing, but you play.
No,
that's
like,
all right.
I
mean,
just started.
If you play an instrument, but it's good to keep your mind focused on things like that.
Yeah,
I've been playing math. For a while. Like Joe knows math and stuff. That's good. You know what I mean? It helps in society. You flip somebody a $20 bill in the store. If you get $17 change and they give you 37 cents, something's wrong. So you got to know your math. Yeah. Joe knows his math. All right, Joe.
I don't think he knows it too great, though.
No, you don't know it too good?
I think I'm the mathematician.
Yeah,
Steve's the mathematician.
Yeah, definitely.
Steve's the mathematician there? Okay, well, you're teaching him math and he's teaching you guitar.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that'll work, too.
I was teaching him how to read, too.
Yeah.
All right,
Tim was
so
illiterate for a
we
while.
heard about the chateau. That was interesting here, pretty interesting. What did the neighbors? Was there really neighbors in this place?
Yeah,
there's neighbors all over the place. Like,
can I see the picture again? I gotta show you something. Okay.
This is right
now
on the
this
main
is
road.
supposed to be a true story, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Let me show you something. This is the picture of the place. All right. Okay. Now watch this. This is supposed to be a real place. It's a plastic frame, the kind you buy at McCory's. Now look at this. On the back, it says Autumn Sunset, Wood Roberts. It's called A Contemporary America. This is a bogus picture. I don't believe they're saying this is a picture behind a picture. I believe that they picked this up at the dollar store, made up the story before they got here.
Take it out of the frame. It's real.
Or we'll just go online and check the police report out.
Yeah,
we can do that.
Great.
We could always do that.
Let me ask you this. Where was, other than this place, of course, we know this place was wild and crazy. Only women and children, you got to keep them away from this joint.
Oh, yeah.
Let me ask you this. Where was the craziest venue you ever played? And if you had any stories about that. Let's hear from Steve again. What was the craziest place you played with
Yukon
Triple
Moose.
Roll here?
In the back, smoking the bongs.
Tim,
You're
what
not
was
sure.
that? Yeah, Tim
At the
remembers.
Yukon Moose.
What
We
is
played at the Yukon Moose.
The Moose Club?
Yeah.
Which ones do there? You members of the Moose?
Nah,
Well, you weren't no Mooses.
we just went down and played.
All right. Hey, that's how cool, man. I mean, I have the highest respect for them. You know, I'm an owl myself.
And we had this little back room, and we got pretty fucked up.
Oh, you can't. We'll bleep it out. Don't worry. Beep. we got 3 second delay, and I missed it here, ladies and gentlemen.
We got
But,
pretty messed up in it. And
Did you enjoy
that's
it?
why I remember it, because it was fun and stuff. We had
Was
a
there a
good
lot
time.
of
There
girls
was,
at the show?
there was a lot of people.
Did any of you get
turned out
arrested?
good.
No, we
didn't get arrested. We didn't get arrested.
Fugitives. Like, it's
Nah.
just sitting here being interviewed. You aren't fugitive. You just don't have a bench warrants floating around. We
I
hear the
might.
TV say, you
I
might.
might.
Oh, Steve, we're going to have to bleep that too. Well, you don't know Steve's last name, so it really
Yeah,
don't matter, I
that
guess.
works.
Well, let me do this. You know, this is a test. For the next 13 seconds, Rocket TV will be conducting a test. Had this been an actual emergency, you would have been notified who to contact. This had been a test. All right. Now, since we got that out of the way, who's the biggest crowd you ever played for? Let me ask you that.
Battle of the Bands. at our
Battle
high
of the
school.
Bands. That's what I want to hear about. Lay it on me, Joe. Now, he's the
Ba-
math man. How many people were there?
700.
700.
Yeah.
Okay, if there was 700 people there and 323 of them, all right, left, how many would be the remaining?
What do you think? 376.
376. See that? And they say it don't enhance your mind, huh?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what,
Yeah.
Steve got it. Now, if those 376 people that were left, okay, if 2/3 of those people had to take a trip to Hawaii,
Oh, man.
okay,
I
and
can't do
1/3
that.
of those took a plane and the other 2 took an
Too many
train,
numbers.
how long would it take them to get there?
52 hours.
52 hours and 37 seconds. I'll tell you what, we got a can of Spam and a back room for this guy after the show.
All right.
Yeah, we really do. Let me ask you this, Steve,
Yeah.
right? No, I wanted to talk to Tim. I'm done with you. Steve. Steve. Tim, all right. Okay, Tim, let me ask you this. Have you ever been on TV before?
Nah, it's my
Would you
first
like to
time.
come back?
Yeah.
I'll make you a deal. If you don't bring Steve, you got a deal.
All right.
Okay. And we
I see
gotta
how it
have
is.
Steve. We love Steve here at the show. All these guys, they're called Triple Roll. And I'll tell you what, we're gonna hear from the Triple Roll right after this station identification. Peace.
Things have changed, they're not the same. All my friends are gone, I'm left to carry on. And I've seen better days when I was young. I feel so old, although I just begun. I wish I was 12 again, so I can be with all my friends from back then, the only ones that I've ever known. Look how we've all grown apart. People change, they're not the same. The kids did fly, we're like strangers passing by. They work all the time, just trying to survive. We're all grown up, it really sucks. I wish I was 12 again, so I can be with all my friends from back then, the only ones that I've ever known. Look how we've all grown apart. Things were so easy back in those days. All kids were gone whenever we played. I was 12 again. So I can be with all my friends. So back then, the only ones that I've ever known. Look how we've all grown apart.
All right, welcome back, Pittsburgh. That was Triple Roll doing their single tune called 12 Again. Let's give these guys a big hand. Triple Roll, right there. And I'll tell you what, this song, if anybody's out there watching, I think this song could be a theme song for one of those half-hour sitcoms. And I'll tell you what, we'd like to thank everybody. You know, the guests of the show, we'd like to thank Joe. We got Joe right here, Too Cold G-Man Joe. We got Steve. I got to get up for Steve because he's too stoned to get up. So what's up? All right, thanks for coming out to the show. We appreciate having you. Steve's the man. He don't say much, but he's the man. He's the man on the skins. We got the skin dude right there on the drums, man. I'll tell you what, this guy is good. And I'll tell you what, we'd like to thank you again for coming. We want to see you again. We're going to be doing live shows here on Rocket TV, and that's going to be an interesting concept. We're going to see all these bands play here live. So anybody out there that sees a band they like, they want to call the Rocket TV show and say, hey, when's this band going to play? You know, when are they going to be here? Because we want to be there. We're going to have a lot of bands here again. If you have a band out there and you want to be on this show, you call. You got any comments? You got any show ideas? Or even if you just had a thought this week, give us a call. Rocket TV. Thank you. Welcome back to Rocket TV, where you as a viewing audience can be a guest right here on this show. What we're going to do is we're going to take a little segment here, a minute of your time, to show you what we're doing here now. Again, all right? First of all, you're going to want to get a pencil and a paper, write down 412-678-0524. Rocket TV rolls. That's what the R in Rocket stands for. All right, let me tell you what. We got a couple members of a couple different bands over here, and they're going to be on one of our upcoming shows. If you want to be on a show, you're going to want to pick up your phone right here. We happen to have a red phone. It's an important phone. We usually only call record companies on that phone. We have another phone we want to hear from you at, okay? Now, first of all, we're going to go over to these guys over here. They're in the band, and they're going to be in one of the upcoming shows. What's up, guys? How you doing?
What's up? Not too bad.
All right, now we got another Joe here. Hey, Joe, could you do me a favor? Turn around and show the people your coat. Turn around. See what that says? Concert Security right there. It says rock on. Joe, let me ask you something. What's the name of your band?
Never Gonna Score.
How'd you hear about us, Joe?
I don't know, man.
You don't know?
Stumbled about it. I think from some other guy.
From other guy named Joe. The other Joe that was sitting right here. Okay. What's the name of your band?
Never Gonna Score.
Never Gonna Score. I'll tell you, that's a terrible thought. Well, I thought that once too, but I'll tell you what, I was proven wrong. All right, by an older woman. She was 65. You know what she said to me? What do you think about sex after 66? I says, I don't know. I'll let you know when I turn 67. All right. Never Gonna Score. What kind of music do you do, guys?
We play punk.
Punk? Rock. All right. You ever hear Ram Jam?
Nah.
No. They were the ones that invented punk. All right. Your buddy over there, what's his name? What's your name?
Aaron.
Aaron. We got Aaron on the scene. Aaron's on Rocket TV on the scene right here. What do you play, Aaron?
Drums. I play a little guitar too.
Do you really? What kind of guitar do you got?
A Dean.
A Dean?
Acoustic. I like them.
Acoustic, really? Can we borrow it sometime? We need help here at the station, man. We can borrow it. All right. Okay, and you're in the band with them. Now I understand there's a member missing that's going to be doing a song with you, and that's your brother, Joe, right?
Right.
A military man, right?
Yeah.
Guarding our country. God bless him. Right there, a military person. It's Joe's brother. You gonna follow in your brother's steps?
Nah, I don't.
You aren't.
Nah.
What do you play, Joe?
Guitar.
Joe plays guitar. He's gonna play guitar. Okay, well, you can play guitar in the service and defend our country. You can defend whatever you want in the service. I'll tell you, first you got to get in. That's the hard part. You know what I mean? You got to know math like Joe and Steve over here. They knew their math. They were able to get in, all right? Okay, so let me ask you what. We got another band over here, and you guys are called?
We're called Rare Form.
Rare Form. Hey, did you ever hear of a band called Never Gonna Score Again?
Yeah, I've heard of them a lot, man.
Really? They're friends of this band, Never Gonna Score.
I'm good friends with them, man.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Cool. And you are called again?
We're called Rare Form.
Rare Form, ladies and gentlemen. What kind of music do you play?
Oh, man, it's hard to pinpoint it.
Really?
It's a,
We're just, it's going to be a secret. It's going to be a surprise.
right,
You're
right.
just going to have to stay tuned every episode to see what Rare Form's going to do. Your name is?
My name's Chris.
Chris? And
Yeah.
sitting next to you, Chris, is?
Seth.
What is it?
Seth.
Seth. All right.
Seth.
Seth. We get a lot of Seths and Joes on this show. I don't know what it is. It's really strange. But that's good. What do you play, Seth?
Drums.
Drums.
Congos.
Congos. Cool. What kind of set you got?
I used to have
What kind of set you got now?
Ludwig.
Ludwig? Can we borrow it? We need help here at the set. We got a synth set. It's beautiful, man, actually. All right, and I'll tell you what, we're going to hear from Never Gonna Score and
Rare Form
real soon. And like I said, you could be sitting right there or right there with you and your band, and everybody in your neighborhood could say, I seen you guys on TV. All you got to do is pick up the paper, the pencil, 412-678-0524. This has been a Filmway presentation. Rock it out, man. Peace.
And you want some more power.
bands could be a guest on our show. We're down here at the Rex Theater. I'll tell you what, it's a new half of the place down here in Southside where your band could be showcased down here. I'd like to introduce Chris to you. How you doing, Chris?
I'm doing excellent, man.
Welcome to the show. Will you tell the people out there in TV land a little bit about your place down there?
Sure. Well, the Rex is located at 1602 East Carson on the Pittsburgh's wonderful South Side, and we're here for you to bring your band down and jam and show us what you got.
Yeah, we're going to be down there every Thursday. We're going to make Thursday Rocket TV night. Now, will you tell me a little bit about the band, the British band that's down there tonight?
Tonight we have Mod Night. We have a variety of bands. One is called Camera, one is called Headquarters, and it's sponsored by a local fashion store down the street called Lux on the corner of 10th and Carson, where they have some great clothes for everybody to wear. And we have a variety of bands and stuff going on tonight.
Okay, so we got a British invasion, huh?
I hope
it's
so.
going to be like rock and roll, you know?
As long as there's guitars.
I'll tell you what, you seen it here. The stars of tomorrow, right here today at Rex Theater. We're going to see you right after this. We're going to be in a band. We're going to be inside the Rex Theater in Southside watching the new British invasion. Rock it. Watch it.
Hey, what's up, Pittsburgh? I'm DC from American Metal Production Company, and I tell you what, if you just like to listen to some good music and you like to see some really cool videos, then you just want to tune in to WBYD, channel 35, 29, and 69 on your local broadcast. And hey, I'll tell you why. We got a cool show coming up called Rocket TV. All original music, all original talent from Pittsburgh. That's right, you can be on the show. Call 412-678-0524. It's coming out in October, so get ready. Rocket TV rocks. What do you think, girls?
Rocket TV rocks.
Perfect song, and the words escape me. Whether my wish is right or wrong, I don't know, and I don't care. Finding a way to write the song is to say how much I want you. I told you about all the things gone wrong when I think that you're not there. Why do you take my love for granted? There's something in my eyes that you don't see. How can you stand there and leave me stranded? Why do you want to take your love from me? If you will only trust in me when your innermost secrets, we can live our life in unity. Just show me that we can. So sure I get to be with you. Father, until we grow apart. Or do I mean the world to you? Or do you think that I'm not there? Why do you take my love for granted? Is there something in my eyes that you don't see? How can you stand there and leave me stranded? Why do you want to take? Do you live to take away my dignity? All I want to do is love you. Far away from where we need to be. Do you want me? I can feel you want me, yeah, yeah. Why do you take my love for granted? Is there something in my eyes that you don't see? How can you stand there and leave me stranded? Why do you want to take your love from me? Why they're calling on us to fight a phantom enemy, taking babies from their homeland. They tell us of contradictory treachery. They're coming to take you away. Yeah, mama, where have you boys gone? Taken far across the sea. I said, mama, where have you boys gone? They're fighting hard to keep us free casualty.
Hey, what's up, Pittsburgh? I'm DC from American Metal Production Company. And I tell you what, if you just like to listen to some good music and you like to see some really cool videos, then you just want to tune in to WBYD, channel 35, 29, and 69 on your local broadcast. And hey, I'll tell you why. We got a cool show coming up called Rocket TV. All original music, all original talent from Pittsburgh. That's right, you can be on the show. Call 412-678-0524. It's coming out in October, so get ready. Rocket TV rocks. What do you think, girls?
Rocket TV rocks.